What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag eyeshadow palette. This is Manny MUA's makeup brand, and this is his first ever launch. You guys have seen this all over the internet already, I am sure. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like when you get the box. It comes in this little carton that's like super reflective. You get 14 eyeshadows in here and it retails for $45 for 14 eyeshadows. So you have a mixture of matte eyeshadows, glitter eyeshadows, and satin shadows. There are 8 neutral shades and 6 colorful shades in this palette. Like I said, I know you guys have seen this everywhere already. I'm not going to be doing swatches just because, like I said, I have some on my Instagram. So if you guys are interested and you want to see swatches, I do have a photo up, so I will put a little insert here of what my Instagram handle is. If you guys aren't following me there, you definitely should. So this is what the palette looks like when you take it out of the carton. It's just really, really cool to see him come out with an eyeshadow palette. And you guys, I'm not kidding, just because I love him, like I absolutely adore him. If the shadows weren't good, I wouldn't tell you that they were good. But these shadows blend amazingly. Even the pigments on this side, which is why I wanted to dive into more of the colored eyeshadows, because I feel like that's what a lot of people are more interested in right now. And of course you want to know if shadows like that are going to blend nicely on the eyelids, and I can tell you 100% that they do. I did this eye look on camera for you guys, so there will be a little tutorial and demo on how these shadows apply. But like I said, they blended super easily. I already have another look up on my Instagram if you want to check that out. They're pigmented, they're so pigmented, and they blend really easily. So I'm obsessed with this palette. It's really good. I can see myself getting a lot of use out of the neutral side over here. But then also when I want a pop of color, these are really nice to have, especially for the summertime. So I'm really glad I picked this one up. No, I'm not going to address the whole thing where people were saying he's copying somebody and blah, 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 blah. We're not getting into that. His whole thing was that there are so many eyeshadows out on the market now that it's going to be nearly impossible to create something different. And he was all about the formula when he was making this eyeshadow palette. He wanted something that was going to be effortless and that blended really easily. And it says on the palette, like, he wanted, you know, those pop of colors if you were interested in that. And also he got into makeup through drag. So that was the inspiration behind this palette. Yes, you can find these eyeshadows elsewhere, but the quality might be a little bit different. And I think the quality of these eyeshadows are 100%. They're so good. So the palette is cruelty free. You get 14 shades, like I've said already. It retails for $45, and you get a double-sided brush. The brush is one sort of flat-sided brush. I like to use this to pack on color onto the lid. As you can see, it's filled with the yellow pigment. And then there's more of like a shader brush on this side, which is really good for like getting into the outer crease and packing on color. I am honestly amazed with how well this palette works and how well it blends. I didn't know what to expect when I first heard about it coming out, but I'm not shocked that it's so good. You know, I would expect nothing less from Manny. You can tell that he put a lot of time and effort into making these eyeshadows the way that they are, and I think they are absolutely perfect. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, just keep on watching. So I don't know what look I'm going to be doing yet. I just know that I want to sort of play with the more pink and like burgundy tones. Ooh, and I really want to use the shade Beat right here because I'm obsessed with the way that looks when it's swatched. I already have my eyelids primed, so I have on Tarte Shape Tape and some Laura Mercier powder to prime my eyelids. That's my go-to like eyeshadow primer. It just works for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Kai Kai, which is the bright pink shade, and I'm taking that on a Morphe R something. The numbers are rubbed off already. I think it's an R38, just a white fluffy brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Kai Kai and we will see what happens. I'm kind of nervous because I never really use bright colors like this, and these are really, really pigmented though. I'm gonna try to go in with a lighter hand and just build things slowly, or as slowly as I can, because I don't want to go overboard. And I'm going to keep this as close to the lash line as possible, but I do want this to be like the main crease color. I'm starting off on the very outer edge, and I will be going in with a smaller detailed brush to get on my inner corners, just because for my eye shape this brush is a little big. So I'm just going to do the same thing on both sides. Oh, I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to put tape on. Okay, hold up. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. I want to put tape on today because I did that with my last look using this palette and I really liked how it came out. So the only difficult thing about tape is like getting them even. I'm so bad at it, you guys. It's not even funny. So don't feel bad if you can't get it to look even, because I don't even think I can get them to look even. And this is gonna make it a lot easier to just like go in with the shadows and just like not even care. You see, now I'm just being like careless because the tape is there, and it's just gonna make things so much easier when you're blending the shadow, because it just acts as like a guide. Like nothing's gonna go past there, and it's just gonna be really easy to start laying down product and really get a defined outer corner. If you guys haven't seen on my Instagram yet, you should check it out, but I did already post a look using this eyeshadow palette, and I use more of like I used the yellow and the browns and the blues. And I really liked how that one turned out. This pink is so bright. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a halo eye today. These are the kind of vibes I'm feeling with these colors. So I'm gonna take my Sonia Kashia Quick Clean Dry Brush Spray and clean this BH Cosmetics number 6 brush. I'm gonna use this to get really close to the inner corner. And I'm sure it just has product on it from when I last used this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same shade, Kai Kai, on this brush and just start bringing it into the inner corner so that we can get a more precise line across here. And it's just easier to buff out in the inner corner and be more detailed when you have a smaller brush like this. These really come in handy. I'm obsessed with this brush. God, I feel like my eyes look so dry. I swear to you guys, if the eyes look dry, it's not the eyeshadow. I should have just like thoroughly cleansed my face before I started doing this makeup, but I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning and I'm just way too tired to do that. I'm gonna go in with the shade Snatched. Yeah, Snatched is the more like burgundy tone over here. So I'm gonna take that and put that on the outer corners to start deepening up the look. I'm gonna start by taking a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush and just start building that out here. So I'm just building this color up to deepen it. So I still want the pink to be like a gradient, so I'm just using this to go from darker to lighter. Going back in with the original brush that we used, the R38, and I'm just going to blend top here. I'm taking a Morphe M506, it's like a smaller tapered brush, and I'm going to start bringing that same color Snatched into the inner corner because it fits really well into that little pocket. And as you can see, it's starting to create that halo effect already. And then I'm still going to bring it above up top here to deepen the top of the halo a little bit. And then this is the darkest I'm going to make the top of the halo, I think. Just gonna keep running this up on top. And then I'm gonna go back in with this smaller B6 number 6 brush and start fluffing out these top edges here to make sure everything is nice and blended. These shadows, like I never really work with colors like this, but these colors are just so easy to work with. Like they blend really nicely. Nothing really looks patchy at all. So it's a good palette. All right, and then I'm going to start deepening the outer corners even more. And I'm gonna go in with that same Morphe little tapered brush that I was just using, the M506. And I'm gonna take the shade Trade in here, which is like a purple brown shade. And I'm gonna use that to deepen up the outer corners and inner corners even more to add more dimension. And as you can see, like there's not too much fallout coming off on this palette when I dip my brush into them. There's a little bit of kickback, but nothing crazy. I feel like ever since Anastasia came out with that like one palette, which one was it? Was it Subculture? Everybody is like crazy about the way shadows work now. And I mean, I didn't experience that palette, so I don't know how bad it was to actually have and work with, but yeah, there's not a lot of fallout or kickback with these shadows, if you're wondering. I think currently, as I am filming this video, today is Wednesday the 20th. I'm pretty sure the palette is sold out. It's sold out on Father's Day, or the day Manny posted that like really intense video with his father. I don't know if it's back in stock yet, but he's working on it. I know he is. I know he is because he's like my best friend. I'm gonna do the same thing and add this to the inner corners. I said I wasn't going to make the top of the halo any darker, but I accidentally went in too far. So there's that. All right, and then that's basically the eyeshadow. I'm going to do the halo part now. So I'm going to take Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand because it's a very light shade. I'm going to get rid of this tape because we don't really need it anymore. So I'm going to take the Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Sand and a Morphe, this doesn't have a number on it, but it's just like a flat definer brush. And then I'm going to use that to cut the crease. I just put some concealer on the back of my hand and I work from that. So what I like to do is I just put this on the center of the lid and drag down. And then I'll let the concealer sort of hit the top of my eyes so I can see how far it goes up naturally. And so since I want everybody to be able to see the center of my eyelid, like that's the purpose of doing a halo, that's how far up I'm gonna cut my crease. So I'm just going to follow where that line stops. I'm gonna go back and forth between my two eyes and then I will decide how much I want to bring it out, what I need to fix once they're both on. So again, I'm just dragging it in the center, opening my eye and looking up. And then wherever it stops is where I'm going to end the cut crease. I'm just going to take my finger and sort of buff out the edges so that it blends into the shadows that are already on the lid. This halo is bigger than this one, so I'm going to extend this one a little further out so that they match. Now I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to take the shade Beat, which is the pink shimmer shade in the middle of the palette, and I'm going to press that onto the eyelid. Such a pretty color. I want to make the top a little bit more precise, so I'm going to use a brush. Also, I'm using this shadow dry right now and it's so pigmented. This is a Urban Decay brush and I'm going to take some Fix Plus and just spray it a little bit. You honestly don't need it, but I'm going to. And I'm taking the shade Beat and I'm just going to get right in here on top to make it more precise. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the Precise brush, the E36. I'm gonna take a little bit of Kai Kai and start blending that into these shadows. That way it all looks cohesive. I am going to go in with Snatch still, but I'm just going to start with Kai Kai. I'm taking Snatch now. As I'm closer to the lash line, I'm moving the shadow further in. That way it creates more of a like an upside down triangle into the glittery shadow. Okay, so this is what the top of the eyes look like so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup off of camera because I want this video to be solely based on the eyeshadow. So as soon as I'm done, I'll be back and we can finish off the eyes and I will finish up my review. Okay, so that's the skin done. I'm going to finish off the eyes now. So I'm going to take the Morphe 213. It's a very small blush. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing on my eyes. So I'm going to use this shade and highlight the brow bone. I didn't carve out my brows today. I don't know. I'm being lazy. Someone needs to just like snap me out of it. But I'm going to take the shade that we used to highlight the face because I feel like it just goes really well with the look. And then I'm going to go in with the R38, I think, and just sort of blend up through here. That way there's no like harsh line of like highlight and then color. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. That's the top of the eyes done now. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Pageant Queen, which is the purple shade up here. And I'm going to use that on the lower lash line because I just think it look really fun. I'm going to take a Morphe E43. It's a flat definer brush and I'm going to use that to get right into the bottom lash line. And I think I'm just going to use this shade to smoke everything out. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, I know I just placed that down. I'm going to take Snatched, which is the burgundy shade right under Pageant Queen. I'm gonna take that, put it into the like really close to the bottom lash line since it'll tie into what we have up top, and then I will smoke out with the purple shade. My eyes look so tired, oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna take the E36 that we used on the top and I'm gonna take Pageant Queen like I said, and I'm gonna start smoking this out. And then I'm also going to take Trade, which was this like brown purple color down here. And I'm gonna put that on the outer corner of the bottom lash line, just to deepen it more. I'm just going to keep blending this a little bit. Now what I think we need is to add some brightness to the inner corner. So again, I'm going to take the highlight that I used on the face and on the brow bone, and I'm going to highlight the inner corners with the same brush that I used on the brow bone. You know what else I'm going to try to take? I'm going to actually try to go in with this shadow that we used, the shade Beat. I'm going to see what that looks like on the inner corner because it's a pretty bright shade. Yeah, that works. That works too. That way, if you guys don't have that highlight, you can just use this shadow. It's in the palette. I'm going to finish off my lips and put some lashes on, and I will be back to close off the video. All right, guys, so this completes the makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. My final thoughts on the palette is that I absolutely love it. These colors are super easy to work with. They blend really easily. I mean, you guys saw I didn't have any trouble with like any patchiness. Even though my eyes are dry right now, oh my gosh, my eyes are killing me. My contacts are like driving me insane. If my eyes are watering, I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is what the final eyeshadow look looks like. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I already have another look up on my Instagram. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. If you guys are interested in this palette, definitely pick it up. I think it is so worth the price tag. I mean, you get all of these shades. You have your neutral side, you have sides for pops of color. You don't even have to do anything like this. You can just add like little pops, like I said. And you also get a brush, which is actually a really good double-ended brush. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already so you can see all of my future videos, and don't forget to click the notification bell. And I think that's all for today, so I will see you guys in next week's video. Thank you guys again for watching. Bye.